Pricing your clothes, the formula I wish I had known. I priced my clothing line completely wrong, and it was one of the main reasons my brand failed. I was losing money on every single sale and didn't even realize it until it was too late. Today, I'm breaking down the exact pricing formula that actually works, so you don't make the same expensive mistake I did. I'm Willie Austin, and after losing thousands of my failed fashion brand, I reverse engineer how successful brands actually price their product. What I discovered is that most new designers make the same critical mistakes I did. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear pricing formula that ensures profitability from day one. The mistake I made. Here's what I did wrong. I calculated my manufacturing costs. Let's say a hoodie cost me $25. I thought, okay, I'll double that to 50. That seems like a fair price with a good profit. Sound reasonable, right? Wrong. That $25 manufacturing cost was just the beginning. I didn't count shipping from the manufacturer, import duties, payment processing fees, return in exchange, marketing costs to acquire customers, photography, packaging, my time, or the dozens of other expenses that eat into your margin. By the time I added all those hidden costs, my actual cost per hoodie was closer to $45. I was selling it for $50. It's only $5 profit per sale, and that's before paying myself anything. I was working for pennies while I think I had a profitable business. The true cost calculation. Before you can price anything, you need to know your true cost. And I mean everything. Let me break this down step by step. Start with your manufacturing cost per unit. This includes the actual garment production, fabric, trims, labels, any customization. For our hoodie example, let's just say $25. Next, add shipping from manufacturer to you or your warehouse. If you're importing from overseas, that could be $2 to $5 per unit, depending on volume. Import duties and custom fees, typically 10 to 20% of the product value. Payment processing fees, Shopify, Stripe, PayPal typically takes about 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Returns in exchange. Budget at least 5 to 10% of revenue for this. Customer acquisition costs. How much do you spend on ads or marketing to get one customer? This is crucial and often overlooked. Don't forget packaging, boxes, tissue, paper, branded materials, photography, and content creation costs. Divide total shoot costs by unit sold. Your time and overhead, rent, utilities, software subscriptions. When you add all this up for our hoodie example, you're looking roughly $54 in true cost, not the $25 you originally thought. The pricing formulas. Now that you know your true cost, let's talk about two main pricing strategies: costs plus pricing and market-based price. You take your true cost and multiply by a markup. For fashion, the standard wholesale markup is 2 to 2.5 times cost. Then retail is typically double the wholesale price. So if your true cost is $54, wholesale would be $108 to $135, and retail will be $216 to $270. But here's where it gets interesting. Market-based pricing says forget the formula. What would customers actually pay? You need to research your competition. If similar hoodies in your market sell for $80 to $120, then your cost plus formula pricing you at $216 won't work. You price out of the market. So which strategy do you use? The answer is both. Cost plus tells you your minimal valuable price, the absolute lowest you can go and still be profitable. Market based tells you the maximal realistic price, the most customers will pay given your competition and brand position. Your actual price needs to fall somewhere in between. If the market won't support a price that covers your costs, you have three options: reduce your costs, add more value to justify higher prices, or don't make that product. Here's a real example. If your true cost is $54 and the market range is $80 to $120, You could price at $95. That give you roughly $41 in gross margin, which is about 43% margin. That's healthy for fashion. But if your true cost is $54 and the market tops out at $65, you're in trouble. Even at $65, you're only making $11 per sale, which is 17% margin. That's not sustainable. Common pricing mistakes. Let me walk you through 5 biggest pricing mistakes I see new brands make. Mistake number 1, underpricing to be competitive. New brands think if they're just cheaper than everyone else, they'll win customers. But you're training customers to expect cheap prices, and you can't afford to give discounts or run sales. Plus, low prices signal low quality. Mistake number 2, not accounting for customer acquisition costs. This is massive. If it costs you $30 in ads to get one customer and they buy one $80 item with $40 margin, you're only making $10. That's before operating expensive. You need either higher margins, higher order values, or lower acquisition costs. Mistake number 3, pricing based on what you'll pay. Just because you personally wouldn't spend $150 on a hoodie doesn't mean your target customers won't. You're probably not your target customer. Price for the market, not for yourself. Mistake number 4, not leaving room for discounts and promotions. If your margin is already razor thin at full price, you can't afford to do a Black Friday sale or give influencers discount codes. Build and buffer for promotional pricing. Mistake number 5, staying stuck at your own original prices. Your costs change, the market changes, the brand positioning changes. Review your pricing every 6 to 12 months and adjust as needed. Successful brands raise prices as they build value and reputation. Once you know your price range, here are some psychological tactics that actually work. Charm pricing. That prices ending in $9 or $99, $79 feels significantly cheaper than $80, even though it's just $1. Prestige pricing ending in $0 or $5, $150 feels more premium than $149.99. Use charm pricings for value items, prestige pricing for luxury positioning. Price anchoring. Show a higher price option first to make your main product seem more reasonable. If a customer see a $300 premium hoodie, your $120 hoodie feels like a deal. Bundle pricing. Selling 3 times for $180 instead of $75 each increases order value and moves more inventory. Good, better, best. Offer 3 tiers. Most people choose the middle option, so make that your target sale. The pricing formula worksheet. I create a free pricing calculator spreadsheet that does all this math for you. Link in the description, but let me walk you through how to use it. First, input your manufacturing cost per unit. 2, add all your variable costs, shipping, duties, processing fees, and packaging. 3, input your fixed costs and divide by expected units sold. 4, add your target customer acquisition costs. And 5, the calculator shows your minimal price for different margin targets, 30%, 40%, and 50%. Then you input competitors' prices to see your market range. Finally, it recommends your optional price point and shows you exactly what your profit per unit will be. Conclusion. Pricing is one of the most important decisions you'll make for your brand. Price too low and you'll work yourself into the ground for no profit. Price too high and you won't make any sales. The key is understanding your true costs, knowing your market, and finding that sweet spot where you're profitable and competitive. Use cost plus to find your floor, market research to find your ceiling, and psychological tactics to optimize within that range. Don't make the mistake I made. Run the numbers before you commit to production. If the math doesn't work, either change your costs or change your product. What pricing challenges are you facing with your brand? Drop a comment and let me know. Be sure to download a free pricing calculator in the description. It'll save you hours of spreadsheet work. And if this video helped you avoid my expensive pricing mistakes, subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down how to create your first tech pack for manufacturers. That's the document that makes and break your production quality.